Gravity. Will it win or lose tonight? Welcome to episode 7 of Terra Sentia series. So, recap from last week, you were all continuing your journey on the Sky Spectre, heading towards Fallenstein. Of course, Sparky was up until a certain point not understanding why she was being taken with all of her friends along to Fallenstein. While you're on the journey of the Sky Spectre, it's revealing more details inside of Spartacus's family, the July conglomerate, all the while having your dining experience with Commander Lucy July. And you found out in that dinner that Grandma Costa is dead and that her funeral is taking place sometime in the near future in Fallenstein. And then a mysterious entity that reveals his name is Buckley begins to communicate with you.
Buckley buddy?
First through the dagger, then now it seems like he's just in your head. And it...
Well, first through Blake, right?
Yeah, definitely first through Blake. It was related to the dagger. It resulted in...
Is Blake dead? I'm confused about that.
Yeah, you should be confused. It is rather confusing. So...
He's only mostly dead.
So Blake is essentially an empty vessel right now, according to...
He always
My baby!
Yeah. I did that to your baby.
Oh, that...
Oh, that guy. Buckley.
If we could just go Sling Blade all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But anyway, so Blake is essentially an empty vessel right now, apparently subject to some kind of a soul imprisonment or magic jar. If anyone's knows that spell. Something like that. He's still breathing, but he has no pulse. Very strange. And meanwhile, you two, Keth and Farron, are on Commons Level 1 watching the masked half-orc bard perform. And I'm curious to know whether or not you guys are imbibing in a little drink.
Kath does not drink anymore after that night.
Two whiskeys.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to go quite that far.
Apparently, for an 8-foot person, I am very much a lightweight.
So at a
Like
certain
this big.
So at a certain point, Buckley kind of plants a suggestion in your head that urges you to go to the engine room. You know, I've never seen this level of an engine room. And you all went to the engine room. And there you saw Lucy July and a slightly familiar, very tall, hunched, hunched almost like he's so tall that he has to sort of hunch through archways of doors. Were coming out of the room just as you were going in, and then something very shocking happened, that you were bodily pulled by something very unseen, invisible, right towards the engine, which is this like massive metal-looking object that's roughly equivalent to like a heart. And
equivalent to a heart of a ship. I'm like, is this like a Valentine?
Yeah, but even
like,
the shape is reminiscent, if not massive.
Like pulsating, or is it like
it's not hum. It's not pulsating. It's definitely thrumming and humming, and it is it has these outer bars that actually kind of rotate around it.
Ooh, new details.
I was actually
But
picturing
it's
it.
metal. It's not like organic matter.
So you know.
That's a great question. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Tis
So
Souls of the damned.
someone, I think Ferg, were you the one that was successful in grabbing a hold? No, it was Time.
Yeah, I didn't actually have a chance to go yet.
Okay.
I went first, I think, and snagged her.
Yeah.
1 second.
So
And then the dagger hit the end.
and then the dagger ripped free, and basically stuck to the engine like a magnet, and then you all heard
powering down.
and that sort of lurch in your bellies, almost like you just going down a roller coaster.
What's stuck like a magnet?
The dagger.
The dagger that
To the heart.
Sparky had been working to retrieve this whole time. And so now we will start with Ferg. Actually, no, you know what? I apologize. We're going to actually start with you two.
Cool.
So you all feel, you both feel this this intense lurching in your stomach. And both of you actually look around and you see similar reactions to people. Like the kind of, just like all of a sudden everybody's looking around like that silent. What is exactly happening right now?
Kind
What
of
are you two doing right now?
Can I have
What?
a clarification on this feeling? So the lurching feeling, is this the, oh God, we're in free fall, or like the like, hey, we're coming in, like we've started our approach airplane, we're now starting to descend, like we all kind of feel that, but like in an airplane when we're coming in, right, it's like we're not just immediately plummeting, but we've got that like, oh, we've slowed down, things are happening, but we're not like falling immediately.
Well, think
Question
about
mark.
think about it this way: on an airplane, you're never 0% without power. Okay, so like there's
Yeah, you're slowing down. That's what causes
always-
that. And that's
yeah,
what I'm asking. The
exactly.
difference.
So I'm gonna say that it's probably 70%. Actually, I'm gonna say like really in this moment, like you don't necessarily know, but it's certainly not in a free fall. You're certainly
Okay.
not in a free fall.
Cool. Yeah, that would be obvious. That's what I'm. That's like the physicist to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
yeah.
Please continue.
It's not obvious.
It's not.
Something's happening.
Something's happening, but it's not obvious. I mean,
It's
I-
not like. It's like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people aren't suddenly like kicked up into the air and everything is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
falling
yeah.
and we're like crazy, right? But
Yeah.
it's
Right.
definitely something feels like motion change is happening. You're like, this doesn't feel natural.
What is can I see anything from where I'm lounging that's like kind of like bolted down to the ground, like a grate or
Your
like
table,
a pole
honestly.
or like a,
you can see the seats that are bolted down in the commons area. You can see tables that are bolted down. Most things that are sort of like static furniture in the commons are bolted down.
Is there anything that's like kind of apart from the group, like where people are massed, kind of watching this show? That's that seems like a good place for, like essentially, I just want to kind of like grab Kath and kind of like shove us in that direction to like hold on to something.
There's definitely static things all around you to grab on and hold on to. Are you grabbing like a table? Are you grabbing what exactly?
I kind of want to just like remove us from the fray of people and grab onto something solid, like maybe towards an exit or something.
That would be impossible considering that you're in the commons. Like there's just people everywhere.
Okay.
Like it's so to get to somewhere really quick where there are no people.
Well, I'd say that we would just I just kind of like as a instantaneous reaction, I just kind of like as I'm feeling it, like look at you and kind of like throw us like sort of towards the closest organic like kind of partition that's like the lounge meets the smoking area or whatever to
Yeah.
just sort of like some kind of exity space.
Yeah.
Even though there's people all over, but
Yeah.
just sort of like let's start moving towards this space and like hold on to something.
Okay. Yeah. You absolutely
And I guess I'll
do
turn
that.
to you and be like, do you think they're still upstairs? Like, I feel like we should find our friends.
And I feel like I give you a knowing look like this probably has something to do with our friends.
Yeah.
you know, like
Sparky did something.
yeah, exactly.
Now cut back.
been gone how
cut
long?
back to Ferg. So Ferg,
They've been gone
remember
too
that you see. So cut back to Ferg. Remember that you see. You see Lucy July.
Yeah.
You see the three of you. Remind me, was Bogenschultz there?
No.
No.
We
No,
both
they were not.
left.
There's Blake.
No, Blake's in the infirmary.
No.
Yeah,
Um,
he went with my kid though. I sent him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it was you and
Oh,
somebody that you were
Barbie's
meeting, and that was it.
Nicholson.
The person who left, and then
Yes.
somebody who was in the
I
meeting.
was Nicholson.
Yeah,
That's
who
supposed
we
Nicholson?
we remember from the library, but don't know name, right?
Correct.
Yes. Immediate reaction, honestly, from Ferb would be, Lady July, where's the emergency reset?
And the
The magical engineers know that. I don't know.
kinda
What?
what Will said.
The magical engineers know that?
I mean, you don't know that.
Great. I'm still hanging on to Spark Lumia? Lumia
Yeah,
is what I call it.
it.
It is, I learned all
Am I,
this
like- Thunk against the thing?
No, we grabbed
No,
you.
I
before.
grabbed
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Was
you,
it you?
you're
Was it
no
you or was it
longer
me?
you're no longer being pulled. It was your dagger the whole time. It was
Oh,
at
that's
your
right,
hip.
the dagger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I once I caught you, then the dagger got
Yeah.
free.
Right. Okay.
You feel the slightest of like the ship listing to the side.
Can I
You don't
remove,
lose your balance at all, but it's noticeable.
Can I
What?
try and remove the dagger from the engine?
Yeah.
What elevation are we at currently?
On me?
Strength
Yeah.
check, I'm
I was
assuming?
honestly gonna do that.
You're
so, yeah,
at
that's
15,000.
50,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me just look real quick.
That's
Give
the
you some
height.
inspiration to not
That is the height.
That's it. That's
Planes normal
How do
cruising
you- when you
altitude
make
for like
rolls?
planes that we have, their pressurized are like 30,000 plus.
so we were like low-fi vessel.
Yeah.
Pleasure vessel.
Or Zeppelin.
Yes.
Zeppelin.
So you're gonna run up. You're gonna attempt to grab the dagger.
While also politely shouting for Lady July to tell me where the reset on this engine is.
I don't know. The magical engineers would know that.
Cool, find one of them.
Actually, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Who is this bitch ordering me around on my ship?
And
Bitch trying to save your
because
life.
You just became
it would just be a
useless.
straight roll.
This bitch.
8.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you don't know, and you would have to run and get an engineer, and that panic sets in where you're not sure if you could actually do that and have it make a difference.
How about
What?
So, you know that you could run and get an engineer, but you're also not confident that time is on your side right now.
Correct.
So pulling off the
That's
dagger
it.
is strength.
Every time there's a time jump.
That's a great question.
Can I
Um,
even like reach it?
I'm gonna say that you you totally can reach it.
Okay.
Every time
you-
I apologize.
Grab the dagger, you pull, it does not come off.
Sorry.
Okay.
No strength check required.
Cool.
Yes. Officially, yes.
Lucy, where is the safety equipment? Like the feather fall rings or whatever you use for
Parachutes.
Feel free to make a
parachutes.
knowledge arcana check.
I will definitely.
They would
make that.
absolutely have safety equipment. I don't know.
Oh, that's a
I'm not there, but
really sad
I'm
one.
inspiring you from
That's a
upstairs.
whole 8.
Yeah, this is completely outside of your
We're-
purview of knowledge.
Are you saying anything about what you're thinking about and trying to do?
I mean, I said out loud that we needed the emergency reset. How did they roll a 4 on
Okay,
that? That's insane.
Emergency reset? Can I roll an Arcana check if that's what you're...
It's not your turn yet, but yeah.
Oh, we're still in like initiative.
Mhm.
So then, quick shout, let's get to the vessels that are flying. Because we saw them when we landed.
That's not gonna happen in time. That's the first thought you have.
We don't have time.
We need to fix this right now.
That was 2. If that's
That
an
feels
actual
like a
game
turn.
plan.
Okay, cool. So after, so the gentleman that you're with, he looks at you and he says, "What is happening? Are we going down?"
It would appear so. Yes.
Fascinating.
Spoken
He
word.
Bird just laughs.
he
in the
said
background.
he says a quick spell. He pulls out a little bit of powder in his belt. He says the spell. The powder like dissipates into smoke, and then very quickly his whole body becomes the smoke that it dissipated into, and then he just sort of like flits through the cracks.
Asshole.
Coward.
Druid.
Are we still in turns?
Yes, and it is your turn.
Okay. I don't want to use an action on this, but I want to know how much I would know about this ship and how, if something does go wrong, I feel like I would know.
Knowledge Arcana, please.
Yeah, oh, great.
I would say
Fantastic.
disadvantage because if Lady July doesn't know, like, you're not gonna know shit.
Well, just like, I don't mean like what's wrong with the engine, but like if it's going down, like is it going down quickly? Like is it like a glider? Like,
Yeah,
know what
go for
I'm
it.
Oh my god.
oh fuck.
Where's your inspiration?
Okay, inspiration point. Yes,
She's had 3
Okay,
for
roll
like
again.
ever, so.
please.
Nice. You definitely, that's good.
16.
Okay, here's what you know.
Think, am I doing?
The engine just went out, and this
And then
kind
you
of an
erase your
airship, the propulsion system is based off of trapped air elementals, like actually like imprisoned air elementals that exist within certain nodes, one on each far side of the ship. You also heard that there's some kind of, this sounds weird just saying it out loud, but like inflatable mycelium that are sort of trapped in the upper portion of the ship that actually keeps the ship from going into like an intense free fall.
Okay.
So
As like a safety mechanism,
Right.
as a backup.
right.
Okay.
No. Actually, it's used all the time. It actually helps
Oh.
keep the ship aloft. If the engines were ever, or if the sort of like propulsion system were ever to go out, then that would prevent the ship from going completely in free fall. The propulsion system is mostly down and then slightly diagonal to the rear. So it's not like a plane where it actually, builds up speed. It moves along, it kind of chugs along very slowly.
Like in a diagonal, like.
Right.
Okay.
So, but as to what the physics of that means,
I don't
that
know.
roll is not enough.
The specifics.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
How about, I don't know what the parameters are. Do I know what that person who just flitted away into smoke just did
Just did? Yeah, he cast a spell.
and got
and he's
himself
gone.
out?
Yeah.
Okay. Can any of the rest of us, that's just I'm assuming you can do that, but you're not going to. You're going to go down with the ship, but I don't know. I'm not saying
It's
not
not-
saying we
it's
don't
not
have,
supposed
we're
to-
all in the
You
same
want to ask me a
ship.
question?
In the same boat.
That's all.
Yeah, I wanna ask you a
That's how all
question.
the serial stories work.
Auntie!
Right?
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
You and I are going to be fine.
And then we're going to go to your turn.
Do you have magical
but I said I
safety
didn't wanna use my action for
safety
that.
equipment?
How far away are you from me right now?
I'm right next to you. You're holding Lumia, and I was grabbing Lumia.
Where are you?
Also,
Yeah,
time
twist-
is like
twist-
no spatial awareness.
In a twist of fate, Lucy is blind.
Just whispering in your ear.
Not looking
Oh, I'm
at
sure you'll be fine too. You'll be just fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We're all gonna be fine. It's fine.
Just like,
That was great.
okay, so, so, I'm guessing you didn't process any of that stuff, like, out loud.
And you
at
have
all.
yet to roll a knowledge arcana check, have you?
Yeah, that's why I was asking if, like, they process anything out loud, and I'm guessing no. So, I would like to do a knowledge arcana check,
Please.
and, yeah, I'm like, especially since, about what Ferg was talking about in terms of, like, hey, there's gotta be, like, a reset button, an emergency something, like, I'm real interested in all of this magical tech stuff, so let's see what our new, 25, motherfucker.
So,
Nothing, you know nothing.
so here's what you know.
Jones.
Yes, this engine looks very metallic in nature, but actually inside, it's outfitted with a whole slew of perfectly formed and calibrated mycelium nodes and fungal nodes that kind of like make up the center piece of it. So while Ashley was saying earlier, like, well, this isn't organic. It in fact is a blend of organic and inorganic.
Okay.
We're on Voyager.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
we are.
So, like, let's see. The thing that you would know to do, but would require a different level of accuracy, is to use some kind of element, probably lightning, or maybe even psychic damage, to actually damage this thing in order to shock it back to
When
operation.
you say like lightning or psychic, like I could use lightning. Like lightning's fine.
Yeah, you could use lightning. However, hitting it is a different thing. So you're going to, let's see, you. What's your normal plus to hit it?
I mean +6.
Okay, and what is the plus made up of? Remind me.
It's made up of proficiency bonus and my intelligence spellcasting ability. So intelligence.
Actually, yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, I mean, your best shot.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best shot.
Cool.
So let's do that. So
Fire away.
yeah, let me see all these bits.
Wow. So
Cool.
I'm sorry.
So you see like Time kind of like walk up to this thing and kind of like look at it, and there's a moment where she's like kind of looking, grabs her staff, and like swirls it, and the diamond at the top starts glowing this like I don't know, like purplish like color that is almost like in the ultraviolet level. You smell a little bit of ozone in the air, and just like fires off this orb of like crackling lightning energy at the center as I cast chromatic orb with lightning as my type, and I'm gonna crit this one.
Chromatic orb is dope.
Yeah, dude, I loved it for the variability. Let's see what this goes. Yeah, 22.
You hit it, and you see it sort of, and you see it start to rotate a little bit and stop. So basically, what that means in your mind is that you're making headway, but you also know that you're going to have to. Someone's going to have to hit it with something psychic.
Gotcha. So we need both.
Yeah.
I say that out loud. Like, does anyone have like And I feel like saying like hitting it with psychic energy sounds weird, but
Well, you're weird. You can say that.
Well, put it this way: this engine is somehow alive, and so you're going to have to sort of. It's like forcing your way in to ask it to start moving again.
gotcha.
Yeah.
We need like we need like mental energy applied to this thing. Who can do this? As Time is like building up to do it again.
Right.
That's
And then
right.
that's where we'll go
Yep.
to Lucy.
Well, they already have lightning
Can I?
going on it.
I don't know what you can do.
Me neither.
I don't think you have
The only
anything that
bet
will
is
do
that.
psychic damage.
But
Yep.
if you do that
Okay.
and fuck up, you could mess everything up.
Yo, do you have psychic damage?
Her chaos bolt has a possibility of doing something.
If I roll a
damage
7
if she
out of
rolls a
the
7.
It's not
I mean, try some chaos. Why not?
I guess.
Is it your turn
Uh,
next?
No,
Yeah, I
no
think so,
psychic
yeah.
damage.
I'm gonna complete.
Eventually it
I
will.
feel
What
like
happens when?
maybe
what happens
Lucy's
when you
like
try to
sitting
get
here.
the?
Nothing. It's just stuck.
Time, did you say all the stuff that you were doing out loud?
Yes.
Like I just did it with this lightning. Like now we need.
Not the lightning part, but I was like this. I said that this requires like a mental attack to like at the same time. So I'm imagining like to a certain extent I'm kind of like repeatedly firing little like lightning like zap 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 zap. This needs something else like beyond just electricity. It needs like to appeal to the mycelium inside. Is what I say as like as I'm hitting
I
it.
did. I just.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna like
Roll, okay.
maintain
No,
my
like,
vice
Bill
grip
was just like no.
on
Maybe I can.
Lumia's
Maybe.
shoulders,
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Nope.
gonna skip my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Put your hands on my shoulders in a
I've been hanging on to you this whole fucking
in
time.
a restricting way.
And a child,
I,
you're not.
I
moving
believe the
anywhere,
term
right?
was vice grip.
Yeah.
vice grip.
So that sounds
Would you like me
restricting
to
to me.
demonstrate at like?
But I want to go
20%
try to get my daggers,
I
and
could
I can be
use-
the only one that can get it.
Who's
I'm
turn?
sorry. Who's in my
Oh,
script
I know.
right now?
Is
I could use about
is-
20% by scrub.
Is it my
Yeah,
turn?
me too.
No, it is Ferg's turn, and
got
then it
yeah,
is
yeah.
Later?
Ritual,
Yeah.
mhm.
your turn.
Well, Ferg's already went and she hasn't gone.
I'm
Didn't we start?
Yeah.
with her?
I
Oh, you
went,
did
but
go?
I didn't get an action. But it's fine. It's moving.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
wasn't-
Well, you didn't get an because you couldn't figure out what was going on. Basically, like you made a knowledge check,
Yeah.
and then you stopped and basically asked your aunt like, "What do we do?"
Okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
missed.
okay.
I,
Forgot
it's
about
fine,
that
like
part.
I wanted to
No,
have do more of an
I
action
know,
try and get my
I got
dagger, but I'm fine.
Okay, Ferg.
So we heard Time saying that it needs a mind shock.
Yes.
So peel to my ceiling.
Hell
I mean, you can physically stimulate nervous systems to make them fire. Can I punch it?
Live, damn you! Oh!
Big heart.
I like that.
Barbarian for the win.
This is a lot different than like nervous systems, and at the same
Yeah.
time, try away.
I mean, if we can like get the lightning and the physical action going at the same time.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna laugh when you get electrocuted.
Oh, I'm totally expecting to get electrocuted.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna laugh.
We're gonna smack it with the iron tome because it'll give a better kick to it. So.
Oh, with the iron tome, now you're
Yeah.
getting electrocuted.
That was a 14.
That does not do it,
Yep.
and you take 1 point of lightning damage.
Of course
That's
I
not
did.
bad. You take half rounded up or down?
I'm not.
You have to
No,
take
no,
at
I was
least
just
one.
curious. Oh, you have to take at least
I think
one?
so.
Yeah.
You have to take at least one. You have to be raging, and also electricity damage is not, depending on the.
Oh, are you raging right
what
now?
your style is.
Oh, I
so-
forgot.
I haven't. Nothing
Definitely
in
just,
here has
like,
made me
immune
angry
to
enough.
everything, huh?
To,
That's
I'm
what
just
you
like,
do to the
we're
Yeah.
falling very slowly.
At the very most, you're like the wizard who like gas is formed out of you. You're like, dick.
We're
Oh
going
no,
down.
we said that out loud. We're like rude.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
We're on the same page a little bit.
Can I
It's
can
not
see the
right.
dagger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see it. So you tried to grab it and you couldn't, like.
I tried, I couldn't. I punched the mushroom brain thing. That didn't work.
Can I,
have to get
actually-
out of her grasp?
Can I compel Sparky to do something?
Yes,
Go for
please.
it.
I want to compel Sparky to essentially, like, I'm going to compel her hero complex in that she feels like she needs to fix this situation because she caused it. And so she's going to hurt her aunt in some way to get away, like one of those like typical like elbow you in the stomach so you let go type things. And
Pound
she's
on
not
the foot.
Yeah, one of those, and runs basically for the engine to get her dagger.
Miss Hannigan.
And I'm gonna say that because she's wild magic, that her chaos bolt goes off, and she has to roll to see if it's psychic.
Okay, that's like 5 things.
I mean, I don't know if that's too much. It could be too much.
Well, okay,
So it's
so
more like dictating her
so
turn than.
not
I wasn't trying to
that,
dictate
not
your
that I
turn.
don't think that this is a good idea, but I also
I'm really bad.
I also
No,
had
this is-
I also
there's just
had
a lot.
an instinct that you were going to do that anyways.
Somewhat,
she was gonna
yes.
go for a dagger, but-
Somewhat, yes, but maybe not. Chaos Bolt is seriously damaging, and I don't really, or it can be, right? And I don't want to hurt her that bad.
No, I don't think you're capable of pulling her, or is that what you're meaning?
Is that?
Oh, I meant the engine. I thought like trying to help time.
Oh, when I touch it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know. Is
Well,
that?
or like one of your like basically magic goes off. I don't know.
I mean, it's like elbowing my aunt, going for the thing, and also doing Chaos Bolt.
yeah,
It's
you
up
don't have
to
to do
you.
all three. I don't know.
So here's what I'll say.
I don't. I'm sorry.
I'll
Did I make
say
it
that
complicated?
you can try to go through the whole like normal round thing, which is basically you pretty much have to get out of pretty much a grapple
Oh yeah,
from your
that's
aunt.
true.
Okay.
That's probably an action.
Or you can, instead of getting an inspiration for this, you can spend one to immediately get free. It's just like hero complex, stomp on the foot, you're free.
I like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Seconded.
So if I go Ashling's way, or
You don't. Bill's not saying
Then-
you have to do everything I said, but you can either try to do your turn and get away yourself with a grapple, or you can spend an inspiration and be free and do your turn.
I kind of want to be compelled by you, so whatever.
Right,
so-
but I'm also my it was a heavy instinct that like you were gonna do almost the exact same thing that compel was anyways.
But
so
isn't that gonna be often the case? Like,
often the case, but there's no negative on your end.
Okay, as
Well,
long as
my
I get
negative in my
as long as
mind
I
is
get
that
an
oh, sorry.
inspiration point for if I go with being compelled. That's all I'm interested in.
Right, but then and my thing is that like there's no intense, there's nothing at risk, and there's no like intense drama for doing it that way. It sounds like you were going to do something very similar anyways, and that's what the whole point of getting an inspiration is that you're actually experiencing something kind of negative and not on your side, and then you get an inspiration point because it makes things more complex and interesting and dramatic.
Well, I wasn't going to intentionally hurt her. I was going
That's
to.
cute.
I was going to like feel compelled and accidentally, probably shock and grasp, which might be even worse.
How old are you?
12, 13, halfling years.
I'll be fine.
Adolescent.
You're a child.
Beginning of puberty of chaos magic.
Yeah. So I was
Oh,
just
honey,
gonna
we've all
like
been
shock
there.
and grasp at accident, like sort of just because I want to get out, not intentionally, but I wasn't gonna like intentionally hurt. Does that make sense? Or-
Totally makes sense. So here's what I'm gonna do. So just take a spell slot off, and I'm gonna say you automatically hit your aunt because your aunt has you basically in her vice grip.
Okay.
There's no way she's not getting shocked.
Right. Okay.
So you just like let off this like, and she immediately lets go.
Okay.
By the way, who's got the token?
And can I still move or no?
Which token?
Oh yeah, my queen.
Ben, like the Ben's
I don't know.
Oh
We
yeah.
haven't. That didn't come up last
That
time.
is
at
a-
all.
w-
We've kind of forgotten.
I
about
have
it.
no. Yeah.
Well, no, it hasn't come up because there hasn't been like you haven't actually like rolled at advantage, and I haven't given it to you. So
Right.
it just hasn't come up because.
Well, if you have it, she doesn't get the roll advantage. You have to do it like.
Oh, that's true. No, you would have this.
Cause
You would.
we've had a long rest so far,
Yeah, you would have this.
Okay, great.
so you can use that for an advantage eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you're free from your aunt.
And I can. Okay.
What do you do now?
I am running for my dagger.
Okay,
And
you run for your dagger. You get to your dagger, and do you reach up and grab it?
Yes.
Okay, you'll have to sort of like get up really high on one of the sort of like the oh my god the discs that are actually like surrounding the heart engine, because you're so short. You get up on that and you reach up and you attempt to pull off your dagger. No go. And unless you have some kind of a bonusy action, I think your turn's done.
I don't think I have a bonus action
Okay.
unless Chaos Bolt is a bonus action.
No.
No.
Yeah. You're like, cross your fingers. Okay.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah. I technically skipped my turn. Right?
You opted to skip your turn. Is
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Did I take any damage from the shock?
Oh yes, you did.
Cool. Yeah, what is that?
Sorry.
That
D6
is.
or something?
I keep rolling ones. You only took 1 point of electrical damage
Whoa.
Out of a 10 or an 8?
8 twice in a row. I rolled a d8 on you and a d8 on you.
I like those odds.
Okay, so I am just going to like stoically follow her.
Okay.
And I'm just like behind her, like watching her in mild frustration. Is there anything in the engine room that would help me discern what elevation we are at right now?
Yeah, there totally would be.
Yes, there is. And what did I say you were at before?
15,000.
You're at. I don't know, Will. How long would that? How?
It depends on how much like buoyancy we still have based upon the psychological stuff. I mean, for free falling, we're going fast. If we're like, I don't know, we can chat about that. Like, if this is designed to be like an emergency feature, we're probably still plummeting at I don't know. God, what would be like crashing still okay?
I would say that
we've probably
you're-
gone down a couple hundred feet.
I would say a couple hundred.
Yeah, I'd say a couple hundred.
Okay.
Like, unless we're, because if it's more than that, like 1,000 feet in like 6 seconds,
Yeah.
we're screwed. Like that is like we are free falling at that point.
Yeah.
I like calculated free fall.
So
BRB math.
you've-
Assuming it has this.
You've
this
fallen
thing that I can
500
do.
feet at this point.
Cool.
You've fallen 500 feet. And the other thing too is that it's the
Free fall is 180 feet every 6 seconds. That's
Okay.
free fall in
Okay.
6
Whoa.
seconds.
Oh, we're faster than that. That's good.
Really?
So
Um,
just free fall is 180 feet in 6 seconds. Math, trust me.
Okay.
Actually, hold on a second. That's meters times. Hold on.
But math.
No, 500 feet makes
Terra
sense.
Sentia math?
We're slightly less than free fall. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh.
I was doing metric. Hold on, let me do.
Jesus.
It's superior.
Yeah,
it is superior by far.
Accurate.
We should use the metric system.
Free fall is 576 feet in 6 seconds. So we're slightly less than free fall if we're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a rough impact.
10.
So
Continue to.
anyway, yeah. So you
Great.
lost 500 feet.
Great.
So how about this? But
so,
we've constant now because that was still accelerating its gravity, so we're constant at that. So it's
do I have
better
enough
than free
knowledge
fall.
to like, based on my, because I imagine this is not the first time we've made this trip on my ship. I have
Correct.
some idea of like where
Many,
we
many
are.
times. Yep.
Right. So I don't have to share it, but I probably know like where we're headed on the ground, like where we would land or crash if we don't get the ship back up. Ish.
Make an intelligence check and roll at advantage because of your continuing journeys to and fro.
If this turns out well, I have a good description for this.
17 and 13.
You're starting to panic a little bit.
Great. So
And well, the reason why you're starting to panic is that you're right above the Kashar forest.
Yeah, you are.
I
aha.
why
Aha.
why
Sell
I'm,
me in there, bitch.
No
Guess
one,
who you're gonna need to rely
no
on.
one gets out of the Kashar forest.
Asshole. Sorry.
Well, not no one.
no one.
And there's orcs
So,
in there,
not
like a
this
lot.
Is there anything that I can do to make her come with me right now?
Clubber.
Don't club her.
Aside from that, I mean, I'm pretty confident that I could like physically
Yeah, you have
overpower her,
reaction.
Mm-hmm.
but she's got some allies. I don't know why.
You could cast that spell.
That's so cute. She's a teenager too.
What is it?
It's called Hold Monster. But like Hold Monster holds humanoids and like monstrous
Oh, is that-
creatures.
Ooh.
And whereas the spell Hold Person, which I believe is first or second level, only holds like humanoids. It doesn't hold like minotaurs or like weird creatures. So long story short is this spell could paralyze Lumi and you could just hoist her up.
Just grab her. So I know that Blake is in the infirmary right now.
Yeah.
How far away is that from me?
Very far.
Shit.
I know. You're in a
So
bad
is your
position.
jam son.
One option that you do have is getting on the radio and basically like yelling out like Mayday orders.
Right. Where's Cleaver?
Um,
Cleaver ran away in a tearful tizzy, right?
he
He's
did.
on the top floor.
Yeah,
I
he's
can locate him.
probably with his brother. To be honest.
Okay.
I'm
You think he would, like that would be his instinct to like go?
You
find
know,
his
he's an
brother?
asshole, but he does love his brother.
He'd probably know that like.
Bogey's
I sent
with
him to
them?
the med bay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I
He just
have
wanted
like
to die.
pretty good knowledge about where my sons are.
Mhm.
I know where my niece is. Fuck these other people, man. Okay, so I'm gonna like find some kind of comm and start to issue Mayday orders for people to like. I don't know, every man for himself.
Basically, like
Evacuate.
assume the position. We're going down, like that kind of thing.
We're gonna crash.
Perfect. Okay. Is
Do
there
you
anything
think
else
start
you would
getting
like to
announced
do in your
over the
turn?
loudspeakers?
I want to.
What's that?
I want to cast locate creature
On what?
on my sons.
They are exactly where you just guessed they were in the
Great,
infirmary.
that's all that I just want to confirm.
Okay. After Lucy is, let's see, where did we go?
Oh, to clarify, I did not end up casting Hold Monster on my niece this time.
Yeah, actually,
Your sons are more
from here on out, we're just gonna
No.
go in.
I mean,
We're gonna go in a circle. It's just
I
easier
hate
for me.
children.
So Ferg, your turn. Then
Um, so Lady July is screaming, we're crashing.
well, I mean, not screaming at you, but certainly over the intercom, which you
Yeah.
can hear in this room as well.
Yeah. Well, she's still in the room, right?
Yeah, totally. You can kind of hear her voice and her voice amplified.
How far away is the nearest, small ship?
The hangar.
Yeah,
Any hangar.
any hangar.
So
Anything that can
pick-
fly that's not falling.
So picture this. So the engine room is very much near the very uppermost portion of the ship, which is basically the command center,
Like that.
and the hangar is all the way on the bottom. And then everything sort of like commercial amenities, commons 1 through 6,
Yeah.
right in the middle. And then there's barracks that are kind of like flanking those in a vertical sense.
Is there no regulatory commission that demands that there are like flotation devices or
Clearly not.
parachutes or
The July family is the regulatory system.
feather fall rings?
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Even a Titanic.
And I'm not getting the feeling the Lady July would tell us if there's something on this level.
Well, you can always ask.
You can always ask.
Also Karen.
I feel like we're smart enough to infer that what her answer would be based on previous knowledge.
Cool.
Your decision.
Time, do you have any ideas for getting us out of here?
Yeah, I know.
Because otherwise,
like, chilling
I feel like we
downstairs.
just grab the kid and run
Upstairs,
and
technically.
save ourselves best we
Okay.
can.
I have no mental abilities to tackle this. So if nobody can, then we definitely need to leave.
This.
We just ended with you picking up Sparky, right?
Yeah.
And heading towards the door.
I'm assuming Sparker was willing.
Yeah.
You're tiny, I can carry you
I,
and
just,
move.
I thought it was like a reward for someone
Like,
for doing something good.
lone
So-
wolf cub.
You get a candy.
So what
Oh, yeah,
is
great that you're not.
time doing?
You
Uh,
go
Pretty
in.
small.
Yeah.
So I want to
You
give
come up to my
some.
waist. So they're just like strapped to my back.
I want to give some like thematic context to this for a second, because I'm imagining like this is the engine room, right? So in this there is this kind of imagine like map, but it is this three-dimensional like holographic illusion kind of piece of zoomed out of basically the landscape within plus minus like a little bit of miles, like around an area, not crazy detailed, but kind of like a topographical kind of like map. And then above it is the airship position, so it's kind of like small. Like imagine this table, right? An airship on skies, like something along these lines. And there's a bunch of like readouts and numbers, and that's over by like
Perfect.
power symbols and like speeds and such and such. And so I'm kind of like, we're seeing that, and it's obviously like tracking out trajectory, which is like impacting the ground, like a little flash moment, like some alarms are starting to go off, maybe, question mark.
So here I'm about to add something into that.
Cool.
Is that you're noticing that it's going from slant fall to actually free fall in a surprising amount of time.
Yeah, we're watching a curve happening.
and it doesn't make sense to you.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Somebody's trying to pull us to the ground.
No,
I don't know. Do I feel like there's an arcane level to this at all? Like more than the engine itself being arcane, but like with something like
It's a good question. Can I see your character sheet real quick?
yes.
So go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah, just an intelligence check.
I believe in your brain.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Whoa, you knocked my
11.
dice?
11.
If it is arcane or for whatever it is, you don't know what it is.
Okay.
You just notice that it's not acting normally.
Uh-huh.
Like you're actually falling faster than you would normally.
Okay. But it is like a predictive curve. Like I'm seeing it, but it's like something else is happening, like our projected trajectory.
Yeah.
Okay. Time kind of takes like a snapshot, which is kind of an interesting concept for a non-fluid temporal beast.
Whatever.
Well, it's more like it's almost like it's in a way that's how she always experiences things, is in snapshots in a weird sense. But so she absolutely turns, like she was at one moment was kind of turning to this, being like, by my calculations, it's gonna be approximately 3 minutes, and then sees that and goes and just beelines after Ferg. Like I don't have any psych ability, and so looks to you like, I don't know what your abilities are, but if you have something to do, now would be a time to do it. Otherwise, we are getting out of here.
And like over his shoulder looking at you while he's running.
And tasties. Yeah, so she double moves it and has June like weasel kind of like move down me and like says like, go find the others, tell them we're leaving.
Okay.
Or show them to the exit.
June takes off, and how fast can June move?
Excellent question. I'm not sure about weasel speed.
Barrett.
What's your weasel speed?
Same as these. I just pissed off the
Ferret
ferret
is
community.
tight.
What's happening to us, by the way? Like, is chaos happening upstairs
Yeah.
yet?
Ferret is under the umbrella of
Yeah.
Weasel.
You are
So are wolves.
absolutely, and I'm just gonna basically go in a circle
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
into my
I will
turn,
get
so I'll
to
tell
in a
you.
second.
I'll tell
Okay,
you
cool.
Weasel in a moment.
Okay.
But
I wasn't trying to be impatient. I was just like, can't imagine one deck full of people is like, while this is happening.
Dragon Elf.
Can you imagine we're gonna be trampled?
No, that's why I was trying to get away from the crowd.
I know. We need to get to the elevator.
If we're assuming, I don't actually see a weasel thing. If it's a cat, if we want to say like cat as an example for it, is something similar. But yeah, that's really weird. I don't see in this, at least for the stats on a weasel. If we want to say it's something similar to a cat in terms of like its speed and ambulation, then it'd be 40-foot speed, 30-foot climb. Maybe you have weasel in the monsters manual.
Maybe.
Maybe the internet has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google.
Weasel D&D 5th edition.
There, we got it.
Weasel's movement is 30 feet.
Cool. Any?
AC is 13. It has 1 hit point.
Okay,
or
okay,
1d4
got it,
minus
got it.
1.
Okay, so
People person, but they can go through different like shortcuts and other stuff, right?
it takes off. You take off. Both of you are roughly like one move away from the sort of levitation shaft that will take you like all the way through the belly of the ship.
Sounds good. And the last thing I sort of like transmit to it is like I'm talking through like my calculations of like the curve and being like, you know, this is how long I think we have until we hit. Like it's accelerating,
This.
you know, so we're
Yeah.
projections and that's it, like, you know, get the others out.
Okay. Got it. You're hoisted up over Ferg's shoulder. You're still in the room. You basically just
Still in the
exited
engine
the
room?
room. You've just exited the room.
But you can see the heart, you can see the all over,
Okay.
imagine.
We've just exited the engine room that
Correct.
that had the heart and everything, and
Yeah.
now we're still in the sort of main
In
engine
the
room
door,
that we were.
basically.
Okay.
I think
You're
that's
basically in
correct.
the doorway.
Okay.
What
I
do you
don't
do?
know what to do. I
Kiss
have
that.
activated. I'm like in the defensive, so I feel like I've activated mage armor. I feel like that's
Well, that's not an assumption.
okay. I'm just because I don't know what I'm not doing things consciously yet. I don't have control over my powers, so I'm assuming like every time I feel unsafe, I'm activating mage armor, and I feel like I've done that consistently in the last.
Yeah, but it
So-
casts like it takes a full action, so you'd
Yeah,
have to
Okay.
because
like
when you're in a...
do it as
Okay.
a thing.
Actually, how
Alright.
about this? The last time, right before we left the game, I'll say that it
Mhm.
popped up.
As soon as I got like
Sure.
pulled. Okay, great.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think I'm in a position yet to cast Chaos Ball. There's no, we're running, right? We're not like.
Well, you've got view of it, like you're up on the shoulder. You can. Does it have range? I don't know anything about chaos.
It
Ball.
does, but
120
I feel like
feet.
it could cause as much damage. I mean,
The ship's
I don't
going
think that's
down
something that you would
anyway.
care about as much.
Yeah.
So
That's why
so
I was trying to
you-
compel you to do
So
it.
Sparky
Shit.
is hesitating, and then she hears, well, "What are you waiting for, dearie? You gonna be a hero, or you just gonna hesitate until everyone's dead?"
and I might. Can I still reach the engine if I
Yes, you
cast
can.
something?
Yeah. What's the range on Chaos Bolt?
It's pretty good. It's 120 feet.
Oh yeah, you're
So-
it's in sight and it's within range.
We're 30 feet from it.
Okay, but I have to roll a d8 and get psychic damage, and I want
You don't know.
one of those options.
All you know is
You
there's
don't
a
know that.
chance. You don't know that.
Well, first you gotta roll and see if you hit, right? So roll a d20. You got this.
Okay, I'm gonna do something because I feel. Did I get an inspiration point from being compelled or no?
No.
Fucking shit.
I'm gonna say I
I feel
probably
like I should be
like
compelled right now.
jolt
Let
you
me
in the
compel you
wrong
to do
way
it.
and you
Yes,
like just spew magic.
Yeah, I
When
just
you
need
squeeze
to
it-
spew
oh
magic.
God, magic.
I feel like
Yeah.
I should just be spewing magic because I need to do something. And
That
I
sounds
couldn't
exactly
get
like
my,
Chaos Bolt.
Like no,
Yeah.
we're leaving my knife. Like I want my knife. Like and I'm just spewing.
Oh, that's right.
something.
You're reaching out for the knife and it goes off. Right, something
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Sweet. Start rolling dice.
Oh fuck. Okay.
I want to be clear. You've got that wild
Makes
magic
sense.
token piece, and not that there's a direct
I don't
mechanic
know,
for it, but you
could
could
I-
make an argument that I could help you.
I mean,
It might
yeah.
not,
Could
I
I,
don't know.
just like maybe rolling the d8? Okay.
That's
fine.
not up to
I
me.
won't-
That's a DM
Yes.
question.
Okay, so I'm rolling for hitting.
Yes.
Okay, and so my question is, are you using your Tides of Chaos token on this or no?
Yes, I'm definitely using
Well,
it to.
are you using it to hit? That might be your only option, but I was saying you'd have to make some compelling mechanics option for why that would help anything else out. But
No, I'm using it to.
You've brought up a good point. I will allow you to, if you hit it, use the Tides of Chaos to roll 2d8 and take the one that you
That's
want.
what I was thinking.
I like that.
Still really low.
Okay,
but-
so roll
okay.
roll an attack roll.
You
Okay.
got this.
8
Plus.
plus
6, I believe.
So 6.
Yes.
That's 14.
Spell attack.
All right.
Did you use all your
6.
inspiration points?
14. No, I haven't used all my
14.
inspiration points.
You hit the heart engine.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Now roll 2d7. You said
2d8.
you needed a 7 to get a psychic damage, right?
7. Yeah.
Okay, so basically,
eight.
wait,
Is
hang
this
on.
the
The way
eight?
this spell reads is you roll 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. So that's your damage roll.
Right.
And then you choose one of the d8s, and that's a thing.
Oh wait, I get to choose.
Yeah, you already get to choose.
I get to choose.
So
with the chaos thing we're doing, like maybe that like Bill would
Okay,
add
hang
like
on.
there could be additional dice and you get to choose from those, but I don't know what.
Well, I would not have used
Wait,
like
you're
in order
gonna
to
roll-
like I didn't know
Question when you have a minute.
I didn't know that I wouldn't be using my like chaos thing if I get to choose.
I'm
like,
rolling.
well, then that- oh,
Okay, well-
okay. So there's 2d8. There's 3d8s.
There's
So you
2d8s
already
and
used your
d6.
Tides of Chaos.
Mhm.
So give me the coin, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll a third dice in back of here.
And give you a third option?
Yes.
Cool.
I like that.
Okay,
That's
cool. I
something.
like that's
So roll
that's
all 3 of
something.
those dice at once.
Okay.
The d6 too.
The d. Okay.
Because you might blow the engine up.
So you have a 6, an 8, and a 1. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the
a lot of
D6
damage.
doesn't count in that. It's just the.
No,
the
that's
two-
just
That's-
extra damage.
Damage.
It's
to the
extra
engine.
damage. Yeah.
What are the
Uh,
6 and 8 options? What are-
They're
6 is poison and 8 is thunder.
oh,
What did
it's-
you
it's-
roll, Bill?
Interesting. Nothing worth anything. So
I guess thunder since it's. No, I guess I don't know.
Can
What did
you
you roll? 'Cause
poison the
if I can
engine?
choose
It's-
between.
I don't know if that's gonna
you
restart.
wouldn't choose this one.
Okay.
It's probably
So
acid.
do you choose poison or thunder?
Maybe it's afraid. Ooh, I don't know. That's interesting.
Oh, but if it
I-
don't hurt, if it's
I
partly
don't
organic
want to influence you at
matter,
all. I'm gonna let you do the thing.
thunder.
You
Oh, you're gonna blow it up.
basically whack it with a series of damage, and part of its like the way that it's actually suspended, it actually kind of like awkwardly breaks off to the side a little bit,
Who doesn't restart?
Okay.
and
Whoops!
so and are you?
Does my knife come loose?
That's really
You're like
good.
30 feet away right now.
That's a really great question. If I roll a 6 on this, it does. Yeah, it
That's a
does.
6.
Oh! Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around!
And you see it go.
I'm not gonna-
Clang, clang, clang.
Do you say anything?
My knife! My dagger!
You just broke the fucking engine and we're going down like.
And you don't
Guys, it
you don't
has
see that
power.
it fell.
It has power. It has power.
I mean, I'm sure I heard it.
Well, no,
Did you?
but like,
Roll a perception check.
You heard boom! Conk!
Oh
And you
my
felt
God,
Sparky
no.
give a
No,
burst
there's
of
too much
magic.
noise happening. You didn't hear jack shit.
Okay.
You know something bad happened.
It's just gonna be
That's really about what you get. Something really loud and bad.
Yeah. Still
Okay.
running. Still running
So-
away from loud and bad.
can
It's
I
a reaction actually.
can I
So you can do it
flip?
outside your turn.
Can I flip off of Ferg and run for my dagger? Still, like,
Ferg,
moved.
make a athletics check.
I'm gonna say no, because she already took an action.
But I didn't move.
Well, no, the question
But-
is, do you want to still hold on to Sparky?
Because so Sparky is attempting to move. Do you still?
Well,
You
you
hold on,
I
I'm
feel
gonna-
like at a disadvantage because you don't know that I'm trying to move.
Well, no, but he
Oh,
he
I-
brought but Connor brought up a good point. You've already taken your action, so you have one action. You cast your spell.
You can
But you
move if
can't
he lets you,
move.
but you can't fight
I
him
know,
back.
I know.
All right.
So my thing is like, yes, you can absolutely move, except that Ferg still
I'm gonna
holds
feel you squirming and hold on tighter, and
You don't have to roll for that.
Okay.
You just hold on.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking
Because
an
I'm
action
like,
to
kid,
do
we're
that.
getting out of here. Like, no going
Sorry,
back.
kid.
Yeah.
I need my knife. Time. Get my knife, please.
So so there's
Knives ahead of you and already going. She's like 30 feet up from you.
Yeah.
okay, Keth.
She ran.
Yes.
You are down basically in the commons, in between the lounge and the, what did you say? Like the lounge and the...
Like it's a partition.
Sure. You're right inside that partition. You're holding on, but the problem is that everyone's running back and forth.
Okay.
People are freaking out. They're not knowing what to do or where to go. You also see something really fascinating. You see a fair amount of the passengers, which, remember how I described a couple sessions ago, a lot of them were wizards. A lot of them just kind of like basically just dissipate into mist.
Okay. Is there anything over the loudspeakers? Do I see any guards nearby?
Yeah, yeah,
talking?
yeah. Leaving the
We
gloves behind.
deliver a mayday. I said something like...
So the Mayday.
Yeah.
Prepare
Was
for
it telling
impact.
people to do anything? Just prepare for impact? Were we told to go anywhere? That's what I'm asking. Like, what are they? Is there any direction of passengers happening right now?
Only the direction that the passengers got right when they got on the ship. But because you guys came kind of like midway, you didn't get any of those directions. You really don't know.
Okay. Well, do I
That's
see any guards
irresponsible.
nearby, like talking about the situation?
Say again.
Do I see guards nearby, like talking about or like anything like that?
The
The guards don't really talk, right?
guards don't really talk.
Is there
Okay,
no
I'm gonna turn to
posted
Farron
evacuation
and I'm gonna
routes?
basically say we need to get to the elevator. We need to find our friends. And I'm gonna grab Farron's arm and I guess I'm assuming you're gonna come with me, so we both move together. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah.
you pass a few of the concierge. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm.
Can we ask a concierge where? Can I try to ask a concierge as we go by if they know where Lady July is at the moment?
I'm sorry. I cannot answer that question for you at this time.
Please stay calm.
Please stay calm.
Useless, and I keep walking.
Aw,
This is the first time you've seen Keth get like agitated. Like I'm
Your
upset.
response to useless is, I'm sorry. I didn't understand your question.
But like Farron's like really
Okay,
like
Google.
really feeling like you're leading us, I'm imagining, and you're like muscling it.
Yeah.
And Farron's like, oh yeah, like because at first he like kind of just like threw you to the petition, like kind of
Yeah.
like guided you, but now you're just like,
Parting the seas for you.
yeah, and I'm just like, okay, all right,
The wizards
all right.
were, like popping out of
It's like that
existence.
scene with Fezzik. Everybody move.
Yeah, it's like, totally.
Well, you're like tall enough, you can see the best routes through the crowd
Exactly. Yeah,
too.
I got this.
Second
Yeah.
Princess Bride reference. Do they know?
tonight.
Can they see out the windows? Do they know that they're still over the Kashar Forest?
There are windows, but you are not near them currently right now, and no one has in previously or otherwise
How
or
far?
recently.
How close are we to the forest?
Well, that's what I'm saying is you don't know.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just wondering if I could feel it.
I'm wondering, and feel free to nix this, but
Feel the force.
Yeah.
if this is any level of like slow moving pleasure
I
craft
am
kind of thing,
excited.
there's gonna be like the pilot's announcements from time to time, like, and for the next 8 hours we're gonna be passing over the Kashar Forest. Whether anybody remembers right now because it's screaming in panic,
good
but like
point.
something of like tour guide, some people being like from the windows. That's the whole idea. Of
I'll
being
buy
this
that for
luxury
$1.
element.
Yeah, you know that you are either over the Kashar Forest or just past it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a vague awareness of like, oh, I remember them saying something, but you haven't looked out.
I hope
Right.
we're not
Okay.
over the
Yeah,
Greg's
that's a
car.
good point. Good
Especially
point.
you
point.
two,
Yeah.
I feel like nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
anything
don't
else
say
you're
that
doing?
any head louder.
Well, I mean, how close are we to the elevator? Can we get to it in this space of
Not
time?
this round, but the next round.
Okay, so we're just making our way to the elevator.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You doing the same thing? And is there
We're
anything
going to do
specific that
anything
you're
else,
doing
yeah.
in addition to that?
Yeah, although I think I'm definitely like, do people seem like they're just like get me off the ship like left and right? Like, are people like taking advantage? Like people who can like disapparate into like whatever, like they're like
Oh yeah.
they're like
Wizards are evaporating into mist
okay.
for sure.
Because we're not
And what's everybody else
teleporting
doing?
because that's
What's
not
everybody
happening.
else doing?
But mist is happening.
Yeah.
I have.
What's everybody else doing as far as like chaos? goes?
Actually,
Panicking and not in the way that is helpful to anyone.
So they're not looting or anything like that?
Immediately, we're going
I have
down,
Farron's
boots
thing, and
and
it doesn't have anything quite. But I feel like
People go
I have
crazy.
the compelling list, and I feel like you'd be kind of getting your wings out maybe with all this stuff going on that you'd maybe like be
By what
pushing that.
aspect are
Well,
you basing
it
that
doesn't
on?
want to talk about as deformity, but that's I feel like it's
Not at
within
that
this
point.
like compelling you of like And I don't want you to talk.
He
about
only
it.
Fabio
You'd be
rips off
like-
his shirt in the air.
But that's like I
Like,
don't
maybe
want to
just
talk
getting
about
them
it.
ready.
But that's like saying I'm getting them ready. That's like a totally different situation.
Right, but I
It's-
just feel like it's part of your like that you would. Okay.
No,
I
I
guess
would
see
say
that.
if I took them out, then like that compelling would be like somebody asking me about them, and I don't want
Okay.
to talk about them.
Okay.
Using them is different.
Okay.
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. As
like
a matter
I'm not at that point yet,
As a
and
matter of
also
fact-
I'm indoors.
yeah,
You know,
that's
like,
exactly
where
what I
am
was
I
going to
gonna
say. It's going to get in
Right?
the way. They're actually quite large.
Yeah.
But it seemed to take some time when we were in the beam for them to start like sort. So I just feel like getting them. But if it's not part of
That was my description, cluing you into the fact
Okay.
that Farron is different
Okay.
in some way.
Yeah.
So it can be immediate.
Somewhere.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real.
Okay.
So okay.
Shit.
It's also real disconcerting because you're starting to get
So
lighter
I'm
and
just
lighter.
I'm just like
Yeah,
looking
every
at the
second.
chaos. I'm like gauging, like, okay, honestly,
falls.
does it
It's not gonna
seem
be good.
like we can go on some kind of journey up an elevator right now? That's what I'm
Down.
wondering. Down. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
I mean, it's totally possible as
Okay,
long as you can
cool.
get there.
I'm with Keth then.
Okay,
We're doing our thing.
Lucy.
Okay, so how far did they get away with my niece?
I got 30 feet from the engine, so you're probably like, I'd say 15 feet from me, if that.
Right, because I was headed
could say the other
towards
direction.
her to watch her. My whole intention was to just like stay on her.
Yeah.
So
She's real slippery.
yeah, she is. Fucking 13-year-olds.
Which is why Barbarian felt her squirming and was like, no.
It's not a big
That's rough
deal.
with that, right?
I've
Like,
dealt with
no kidding.
twins. Okay, one child, not a problem.
Cute.
I'm gonna say that Lucy is having a tiny crisis right now. Just a tiny one. A lot of things have gone wrong in the last, 30 minutes.
I call bullshit on your tiny.
Tiny crisis, Bill!
Compartmentalizing.
It is a
your
capital,
crisis.
capital D.
She's fine!
It is a tiny person.
So,
It's a
I'm
minor
gonna say
crisis,
that
it's a minor
now I
It's a
cast
short joke.
Minor
Hold
crisis.
Monster on her. And I'm gonna plant her.
Okay, whoa.
Whoa.
I'm gonna stop you real quick and say that if you cast Hold Monster
Yeah.
on Sparky, she will be paralyzed, but Ferg can still just keep going with her.
Aw, damn it!
Okay.
You're making Ferg's job easier.
Damn it!
Basically, yeah.
Take
Wait.
that package away.
Can I cast
Am-
Hold
Amazon
Monster on the person who's taking away my niece?
Absolutely.
Great!
Yeah. Ferg.
Yes.
Make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Cool.
I believe in you, Ferg.
Oh.
That's a D move. I love it.
I don't want that one.
Yeah.
5.
You want it? Okay.
Do you have an inspiration?
No, because I used them.
To help.
So 6.
So suddenly your whole body. So this isn't like being paralyzed by ghouls, where like, oh my god, you feel your joints just like slowly lock up, and then you. It's like you become rigid like in a second. It's just boom, and then you just kind of sort of down on the ground.
Can I talk?
What's that?
Can I talk?
You cannot.
Damn it.
Your eyes can move around real frustratingly.
Oh, Ferg is screaming inside. You would not be happy with the words that he is calling you.
Well,
In your head.
Yeah.
no one can hear that right now, bitch!
Are you going down? Or are you falling?
It's happening.
You're falling.
So
Yeah,
I
hold on.
imagine that
So am I taking damage?
Hold on, one
Now you
second.
can just roll.
So Ferg's on the ground. You're on the ground just ahead of Ferg. And then so you see that happen about 30 feet away from you.
How?
I thought they were only 15 feet from me.
No, 30.
About 30.
Well,
Oh, you
because
see- yeah.
Lady July was in the middle of the engine room.
Right.
I went from the engine to.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that for $1. 15 feet.
Also, if Berg got immediately paralyzed, there's no way that Tiny Halfling is getting out of that grip.
Great.
So,
That's fine.
Well, like
That works for my
Faraday just buckled down. So the problem is, not to advocate for you taking damage, but if you are not controlling a fall at that point, that's you like
Yeah.
basically stone body slamming
Yeah.
her into the ground.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's
kinda, yeah.
what happens.
That's what I asked.
Good news, it'll be your butt, not your head.
You take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Um,
That sounds like butt damage.
Take my mage armor off.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That doesn't.
Yeah, fall damage doesn't. Mage armor doesn't affect
Okay.
that. So you take 3 points of damage, and you are effectively restrained by Ferg.
Great.
In like you thought her vice grip was bad.
Well, actual vice.
yeah, you're in an actual vice
Immobile barbarian.
called Ferg.
Yeah. If you hadn't like just gripped down, then yeah. But this.
Okay. So now what are you doing?
I am
Oh,
headed
God.
straight for those two.
Okay.
Like,
You move
beeline
15 feet.
Walking, like
You move 15 feet. You're in a position where you're actually like kind of accidentally looking up at your aunt, but you can't. You're like squirming and you can't get free. And you see
Lucy?
the very, very angry, frozen, angry face of Ferg like this.
Someone's
Lucy
raging now.
looks really, really upset right now. Like, y'all thought she was upset at dinner earlier. This is like the straw that has shattered the camel's back, and she is descending on
And
you.
this is scaring the shit out of me and making me want to
Sorry.
get the hell out of here more
That's
quickly.
fine. That's fine. That doesn't stop me.
That just makes you
path.
scream.
Do you say anything
But
to her?
isn't it...
You're going to be fine.
Oh my god, it's so scary!
I like that was not a reassurance, but that was an order.
Yeah.
yeah.
You were going to
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Okay.
That was.
Um,
Thank you.
It's my turn.
now it's Ferg's turn.
masterful.
So Ferg, at the it's gonna basically waste your whole turn, but at the
Oh,
end
yeah,
of your
I
turn,
was
you
the
get
first.
another wisdom save to get out of there.
I hate all of these sparkly dice right now.
Yeah, you do, girl.
10.
You are still paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yay! I
you,
win.
You are. I'm just gonna say that your heart is the only thing that's beating really fast, and you're like in perma rage right now.
And all I can see is the floor. And I'm just like,
Like, Ferg would be so mad. You would be so mad.
Like you see a bunch of shadows moving around, an alarm still going on.
the floor that goes, "Don't do it."
Maybe a weasel runs by your head real fast.
And I'm like, what's happening? I'm like beating on your back.
Let me go. Okay, so
That's all I wanted.
after Ferg, time.
it's more
So time. You
Wait, I thought it was
you very
next.
much hear
No,
and
it's in the
witness
circle.
this whole thing. You're moving. You're moving.
I'm ahead,
about.
but I'm looking back to be like, we gotta.
We just
Oh.
changed
yeah.
it 'cause Bill's
Well, it's more like
order.
thud. We gotta. Oh Jesus.
That's not good. Well, I don't really have anything that could help with any of that.
You don't have to dispel magic? Come on, man. Just kidding. I know you're level 2.
Oh, I've been so
Okay, so
thirsty.
I'm only like 60. Oh yeah, touche.
Been suppressing.
So I'm only like 60 feet out.
Mm-hmm.
As I look back,
before this.
do
I'll catch up.
I notice that the knife has fallen? Like, can I see that it has fallen off if I'm running out in a straight line? 60 feet out, we got reasonable perception. Out of curiosity.
I'll say yes. Yeah, you barely realize that.
So stupid.
Meanwhile, your weasel has taken off.
Oh, that's exactly what I wanted my weasel to do.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
great.
Telepathic communication, right?
Are you said up to 100 feet? I think beyond that it goes out. So like we're still in touch right now, but I think that's going to be
Cool.
cutting off shortly and just like
Yeah.
last standing orders. Find the others, get out.
Save yourself.
So time like looks back, sees all this happening. Absolutely is just like okay, kind of does an analysis, sees this going on, and knows that connection that the dagger is really like that is part of your magical source, and time hasn't really seen you do much. Like you're seeming kind of like hampered by this. She like just kind of like looks back over her shoulder, sees the knife, and kind of like pulls with her hand, and it flies to your feet.
To my feet?
Mm-hmm.
That are
Yeah.
At your
Grabbing with my-
at your feet, so
So
it kind
I'm-
of like skids
so, like,
to it, so cast and
stuck in
catapults to
for-
grab the
Yeah,
blood.
I'm gonna say that it's within reach,
Okay.
and it's only stopped because the hilt kind of slides like right next and under Ferg. Like
Skitter, skitter,
Ferg's
skitter.
mass
Not hurting
actually
Ferg,
stopped
though.
it.
Oh, is it gonna hurt him?
You don't know in this moment, but Ferg's not making any noise. Maybe that's a good thing.
like stuck like a pig on the side, like chilling.
You said hilt, so just broken rib.
Oh, hell. Okay.
They're paralyzed on
Do
the
I see
floor
this?
now with
Yeah.
a broken rib.
And here's the
Yeah,
thing, I've
Probably
got
broken nose.
It was
No big deal.
despite looking really
More
intense.
fun-
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you hear
Sorry.
what we say.
Despite looking really intense, it is very much like a surprisingly controlled motion, right? Like it maybe like kind of hits because of a level of urgency, right? But it is absolutely like it looks like it was placed exactly where
Yeah.
somebody would have wanted it to. Like the cool thing about this. I like this.
You
Scares
saw that
balls.
dagger do the exact same thing, by the way, Lucy. And then, right at the end of your turn, you hear,
Time? The lift elevator has no levitation anymore.
and that's your end of your turn.
Yeah, I basically continue my motion towards it, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm there yet, but
So,
No.
not yet.
Sparky.
You're about to.
Okay.
Hard way.
I know it's there. I can reach it.
Yes.
Okay.
By the power of grace.
Yeah. Stab her in the back.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. Joking.
So you grab the dagger, and
I can-
and Buckley says,
That would be.
"You know that thing does next to nothing right now, don't
Yeah.
you?"
Wait. So it just got like zapped of all its shit. Can I?
Well, yeah, it's got maybe a few charges in it here and there, but I'm inside you now.
Oh
We
god.
don't need the dagger anymore.
Yeah.
And you make that. It like senses.
I
Buckley
feel so
senses your
good right
emotions, and he goes, "Oh, come now. I'm not that bad. Don't go there."
Okay. Okay.
I may be a ruthless entrepreneur, but I ain't no pedophile.
Oh my god.
Okay. No, that makes me feel better. I feel.
Oh good.
Oh my god, the 13-year-old is listening.
Don't believe the pedo when it says
Don't
it's
take
not a
candy.
pedo. Oh okay. He said he wasn't.
Say that. Pedo.
Pedophile.
Pedo.
A lot of people
Um,
have access to computers these days.
Okay, I don't know.
Are you on the
I've been
registry?
messing
Yeah, but
with my
people
powers.
still-
Is there any way that I can do like I don't want? I just want to. Is there anything that I can do to help Ferg get out of his stupor?
Well, the
Or
real
they're
question
stupid.
is there any way that you can get
They're
out
stupid.
of Ferg's vice grip? Because you are locked down. You got this dagger in your hand,
Yeah.
but that's about it. You're not moving anywhere.
Well, but is there anything that I can? I don't know what. Can I shock them? Or...
Chaos Bolt. Do it.
Chaos
do it.
Bolt. I don't want to hurt them.
Make a knowledge arcana.
Okay, perfect. 12.
Fuck. That's a lot of damage.
You don't
I'm
have
gonna
anything
cast
in your
Bolt Frost.
repertoire to force this. This is and Lucy is many things, and one of which is a very competent spellcaster.
Thank you. Clarifying question.
Thank you.
All right.
I cast this spell silently, right?
Do I
didn't
know-
say-
No,
I'm
it costs
like-
it takes verbal components. Yeah.
Okay, it did. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming Auntie Lucy, Auntie, cast this spell. Yes, I feel like that's it.
Yeah,
Give it
you
a
actually heard her cast
Okay,
the spell.
all right, cool.
Your face was basically facing her, bouncing up and down as Ferg's like moving away from. Like you basically saw her do the whole thing.
You
I
saw
was
my
mad.
face contorted
And
with
I'm
like
gonna-
surprise,
I also want to.
fury. I said the spell, and then you went down.
Yeah, I almost want to say you were actually very familiar with this spell because this is not the first time that this has been used in front of you. Like this is almost like a
Or
disciplinary
on you.
measure that you've like been so angry
On
at,
Cleaver.
and you like are just berating people. I don't know. What do you think?
If it's a
No, not your character.
No,
Okay.
this is
This
is
is
not
extreme.
a typical situation for
Okay.
Lucy July right now, y'all. This is not normal.
We're hitting her.
Okay.
She,
I'm a
she
very
keeps her
maternal
concentration.
Okay.
woman.
Well, that tells me about
I don't
your
know.
character.
So- I
So
have to-
I'm like pissed. I don't know what has happened to Ferg, my friend, and I'm just like, Auntie, you are my friend, and I'm gonna chaos bolt you.
Oh, you little shit!
I'm sorry, Auntie. I'm sorry. 15 plus
21.
Okay, 21.
You definitely hit.
Damn.
Yeah. So roll 2d8 and 1d6.
Let's see, like counter spell.
Okay, does anybody have a
Kid.
D8
I don't know.
that I can borrow?
Yeah.
There's a whole
Go for it.
ashtray of dice in front
okay.
of you.
Is that a D6 too?
Dice graveyard.
Just regular
Yeah.
dice. Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
13, 14.
Hey, you finally get that psychic energy.
17.
Huh.
which is good for if it's a concentration. Is it a concentration spell?
Oh, it is a
It very much is a
concentration spell.
That's
This is
a
actually.
psychic? Okay.
It just,
I didn't think about that. Fantastic. I think that's
It's not
awesome.
me. It's Ashley.
You're gonna be rolling a D20.
No, I don't want to take
You're
her for all
fine.
the shit.
So,
So you can
what's
pick-
I'm sorry,
well, how much
it's a-
damage did she take?
17.
Because she doesn't have any damage resistance, so it doesn't really matter what damage. Well, hold on. Just
You pick
yeah,
poison
you're
or
gonna hurt
psychic.
her.
You can either hurt
I
her
know you
brain
don't want to
or hurt
hurt
her
her
constitution.
and like Hulk smash. So
You don't get control of that.
So how much damage?
You don't want to
17.
17. So you take 17 points of damage.
Plus, with the, what did you tell me to like add to my roll? Then?
Well, it's fine. It's fine. So you take 17 points of damage.
Actually, it might.
Is there any
No,
more
minus
pluses to
17.
that?
It might be a plus.
And then
Is
and
it
now
for a second
roll a
level?
d20 plus 6.
I don't think you cast for a second level though.
She doesn't
Yeah.
have any first level spell
Okay.
slots left.
Then you have to cast from the dagger.
Yep. So you cast from the dagger.
You don't have.
I don't have
spells.
any spell slots left.
You don't
No,
have.
you have
No.
two. You have 3 level 2 spell slots.
You don't have any. You shouldn't have any level 2 spells.
Why?
You get level 2 at second level.
Correct.
No, why do you
I
have
don't.
to have
I don't know why I would have written that down then.
Ashley, stop
But-
cheating.
But from but from the dagger, you definitely have spell slots in the dagger.
Okay, fine. I'll
Helps.
use the fucking dagger. It's fine.
Because
So-
you cast spell once.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So I heard in the grand scope of things, I heard Chaos Bolt was cast once, Mage Armor was cast, and then this should be your third spell that you cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she has 2
Yeah.
level 1 spell slots according to her sheet. And
No,
Yeah, 'cause sorcerer.
she should have 3 level 1.
But for sorcerer, because I thought they were a little slower than like wizards. I have 3.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Yes, I got
sorcerers
it.
are slower.
You got it.
They have less spell slots than wizards typically, at least for a
Momentary break,
while.
friends.
I think it's a slower development. I could
Okay.
be entirely wrong. It's been a minute since I've
Some
been
viewer will
sorcerer.
know this.
No, you're okay.
All right.
Don't
second
tweet us
level.
about it. We don't care.
No,
You have. Oh, you
Yeah,
have
there's
three
three.
at first.
No, you should
Our
have
bad,
3.
you have 3.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I
So
might
you
have
did
just, like,
use.
leaned
Maybe you,
right
when
out
you
of
saw
it
3,
to,
you
like,
thought you
I put
had
it at
3.
the second
you
level
put it at the
instead.
second
I
level.
like
I don't know
this
if I
for
can
him.
do that.
And you've used 3 now.
Okay.
Okay.
So you cast it. Witch Bolt goes off. Is it psychic damage? What do you think?
Psychic or poison?
Psychic.
Okay, so basically, like you see your aunt start to bleed a little bit from her nose and a little bit from her eyes.
Oh no!
But
That
she
sounds
she holds her continence and her concentration, and Ferg remains
Damn.
held.
Does continence mean that she hasn't pooped herself?
So
Yes.
In fact,
upset
that's
right
exactly what
now.
You're a
happened.
big
Exactly.
L.
Just checking.
She did not shit her pants.
Okay, got it.
No, I did not.
And that also means
Psychic
that
damage.
you are still like held fast by the Ferginator.
I'm
So,
gonna say
so
You were just like, as you were
So-
doing this, you were yelling, "I'm sorry."
yes.
Yeah.
yeah. So shifts
I went
scenes.
through puberty too.
Oh my god.
I did not say that. Maybe
You
I'm
guys
just
are
gonna say.
arguing via chaos bolts, and you're like,
Oh my god, I love you too. Oh my god, you're so sweet. Oh my god, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
fucking
sorry.
kill you.
okay, switching scenes.
Yes.
Kat, what are you doing?
Don't hurt him.
We're gonna just keep moving for the elevator.
All right.
Are we
you,
there?
You get there within
Alan's probably
30
rolling
feet.
the
Okay, so we
wild
can
magic
double move
table.
if we want to.
Yeah. So you basically go right in the elevator, and there's something inside of you stepping in that makes you like that sixth sense of like, oh my god, it's not fucking working. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All
Just
right.
step back from the ledge.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm gonna use an inspiration on that because I do not want to fall to my death. 17 plus
Yeah, you're good to go.
a lot.
So it was one of those like you step up and it's like, and then you like kind of almost fall back into Theron.
You
as-
catch me and I just like look back at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working.
What's up?
All right. So
So it's a big shaft, like a big elevator shaft.
I think we should either get to other ships or down to figure out whatever's happening. I feel like Sparky's at the root of this. I just have a gut feeling.
And Farron's like, do you climb?
I can climb, bro.
Let's do it.
So okay, so now I'm gonna shift. Now I'm gonna shift to
Yeah.
your turn.
Do you even climb, bro?
So
I
you
have to.
Wait, for an action, can I tie a
You wanna
rope?
send it?
Can I tie a rope for my action? Because I only move 30 feet.
We're second level.
you start to get out the rope and you start to tie it. Now here's the thing. You know that this rope is definitely gonna help, but it's probably not long enough.
Okay.
How much rope can I say I have a longer rope?
So all we do.
Since you don't know,
The
I'm gonna say
longest
50 feet.
So
I was
all
gonna
like,
say because I have like an armful on my list. I have an armful of goods because she handed me all of her shit. So I just have an armful.
So even if you have another 50 foot of rope,
Yeah.
it would take time to tie them
so
together.
very,
Yeah, I feel
very
it.
quickly, I tie myself to Keth.
Okay, but here's the thing though. You actually have a better idea.
Oh.
And that is your wings.
Can you hold
You-
me?
You can't make me use my wings.
I can't
I
make you
can.
use your
No, I
wings,
can't.
but here's what I'll
And
say.
I'm weak as shit. Like I can't
Right.
carry Keth.
So what you can do
Yeah.
is you can use your wings to actually slow your fall. While Keth is holding onto you to get down to the main hangar.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Like,
It
glide us
doesn't
down?
feel real, but I'm gonna take it.
why does it not feel real?
Because I imagine Keth is like a lot more burly than
I'm
Farron.
kind of lanky. I'm really tall, but I'm lanky. I'm like a monk,
Okay.
you know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't have to be that strong to parachute with wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do it.
You
Fucking
might
do
just
it
like.
I
spring
mean, you
it to
managed
the-
to pick up time, right?
then.
And time's actually.
I thought
Super
Keth.
fast,
right?
I thought Keth was like big though.
oh, I'm large, and I'm large because I'm 8 feet tall, but I'm not like
Yeah.
400
monkey.
pounds or anything like that.
Like
you
I
know?
feel like
Nourished,
Farron
lanky.
and Time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Farron's
250
maybe even a little
maybe?
larger than
Is
Time.
that accurate?
Are you guys sure?
But like I think of Keth as
Yes.
like kind of like a bigger, burlier
I don't know.
person in our campaign, and we all know that like Farron is
I don't
not
know farm
strong.
animals.
So that's all. Like that's just.
So
what
I want to be
gonna
clear. I
say.
don't want to force you to like use your
No,
wings.
if you
and
feel like
and
if
at
you
the
feel
same
like it's
time,
gonna happen, that's
well,
fine. I'll,
you as a ranger, I mean,
Yeah.
you're measuring things out, and it's like, okay, the time that it's going to take to actually tie all the ropes together is going to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I was just down to just climb it, but
but
that's also-
it's inclimbable
Mhm.
essentially because it's smooth. It's
Mm-hmm.
completely sheer and completely smooth.
all right.
And it's too wide for you to actually scale
Okay,
up with
so
your.
essentially, I'm just like okay, like do you trust me?
Yes, I was like, please.
We
say,
gotta-
trust me.
We gotta
Do you trust me?
This is gonna be a resistance thing. Like I just need you to like spread eagle on the wall and create as much resistance as possible. And I'm just gonna lower you down. I don't want to talk about it. Very quickly. Are you in? Are you out?
I'm in.
Okay. So Tunic comes away. I basically just am like, okay, you got that? Like you got this? Like spread, you know?
Yeah, I'm like helping. I'm like spider crawling
Right? Are
kind
you
of down the
spider
wall.
crawling?
but-
Right? And so
Yeah.
then I just like kind of like lift you under the arms from back, and like I'm just like my wings are just like kind of like working really hard to get us like the most resistance possible.
Yeah.
Like going like as quickly as we can.
Happy
So I need-
Valentine's Day, y'all.
So I need.
Hell yeah.
So
We're gonna
We just
live.
got so much
We're gonna
closer.
live. Yeah.
Here's
we very
what-
much
So
did.
glad to
I
be
mean,
drinking right
we're gonna
now.
sharp
Here's what's gonna
our
happen.
shit. We
Yeah,
find
yeah.
so many
Glad.
mushrooms. Yeah.
Here's what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna freak out at first. That's cool. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
You're all dead,
It's
new
like,
characters.
oh, you guys should do this.
So
I'm gonna kill you now.
you
Whiskey me, please.
11.
Okay.
So
We planned
That's
that out
20.
very quickly.
20. So 27 points of damage. Now here's the thing. Now I need you both to make. You're gonna make an acrobatics check. And you're gonna make it. Yeah, and you're gonna make an athletics check.
Okay.
And I
Touch the
need
ground.
both of you to make it. If you both make it, you will negate all that damage. And if one of you makes it, then you will split that damage in half.
I still have inspiration. Let's do this. 20.
10.
Fucking 20.
I feel
Once again,
like
10.
I feel like that should save you.
Yeah,
you got a 10
I have
total.
a -1 in strength, my friend.
Okay,
No,
but,
you were making
but I said
acrobatics, so yours
acrobatics.
is dex.
Oh, never mind.
Better.
Better.
So plus 3, so 14.
14.
14 and you got what?
20. A nat 20.
Yeah.
Plus, plus 4, so 24.
Okay, so
Naturally.
there's this really weird like instinctual teamwork thing that happens where
Very quickly.
Keth is like arm wise, you're attached onto Farron's torso, and you're basically like kind of running around
Yeah.
the room.
Some motion.
Yes.
It's creating a spiral
Yes.
effect, and you basically spread your wings out, but then tuck them in so that it actually forms like almost like a seal.
Beautiful.
We're gonna do this again.
And it just you basically
created our own
perfectly
magic trick.
spiral all
sounds
the way
so
down,
cool.
and then all of a sudden you land fucking Batman style.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you have to. You have to
Can I
look
just
at one
say that by
another
the time
and
I'm
have a
level
moment.
9, I'll have perfected running on the walls by myself.
I'm looking forward to it.
Also,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say we like land and we're like, what? Okay,
I know,
we gotta go. We're like, okay,
let's go.
friends.
I'm trying to keep it up. Keep
Like,
it
that
up.
happened.
Yeah, you resist the urge to be like, oh my god, you were so good. No, you were so good.
Oh my god.
Um,
Who's
Like,
resisting
how
that?
are we alive?
It's all in the eyes.
so okay, that's the end of your turn.
Ugh.
Nice work.
Time to roll a
You
20.
you
Good job.
27 points of damage you're not taking.
I only have 20
Yeah.
hit points, and Shan only has 12. So
Yeah,
I really
well,
appreciate that.
Even with half.
That was a long fucking shaft.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
What the actual fuck?
Hey, low hanging fruit.
We worked it though. We
Dude,
worked
I
it.
didn't
Well, you
say
are one
anything.
to talk.
We worked it so hard.
I just found out.
You worked that
vagina
shaft so
in Latin
hard.
means sheep.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me
Vagina in Latin.
Are you
It means
ready
sheep.
to work that shaft? Now,
I just found that out the other
hi,
day.
Oh,
Zed.
that's 3 syllables.
Lucy.
Valentine's
sword.
Day to you too.
Love
Like a
ya.
sword sheep.
Mhm. What is
Like a
our
sword
current
sheath.
elevation?
Yeah.
Are we
Weapon
talking
sheet.
chat?
The low.
Okay. Your current elevation is,
Because it's supposed to stop it from doing damage.
what did we say? We said
Doesn't make it any
15,000.
better.
To start, how many rounds have passed?
You're now at 12,500.
Aren't we falling faster though because of the pull? I feel like we should be closer to
I thought we were at 15 and we already went down 5.
We're really in trouble, you guys. We gotta figure this out.
You 15,000 and you went down 500.
I for some reason was thinking 1,500. We would have
And
hit the
we're-
ground by now
No.
if we were at 1,500,
Yeah.
right?
You're,
Oh, yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
at 12,500 currently.
Falling takes forever.
Well, we're in 6-second turns, so.
I know.
And also, there's like
We're
floating
in stop
mushroom
time.
things in the top of this.
So it's been 20
There's
seconds.
floating
and
mushroom
it's
things that
terrifying.
apparently I employ, but I don't quite understand.
That sounds familiar.
Which is a metaphor for her whole life.
Yeah, I like how you're the commander of the ship and you don't know where the emergency engine restart is.
Yeah.
Rough day, okay?
Right, there's got to be like a psychic electric.
Poise under pressure.
I'll learn
Zapper.
that later.
But
You know what?
It's broken now.
Y'all
Take
don't
back
even
space.
know the pressure.
What are you doing?
Well, I have my niece exactly where I want her, right?
Not quite. She's still
Oh,
in
she's
the
still, like, stuck
the
in-
vice
okay.
grip of Ferg. And you have a distinct feeling that if you let Ferg go of the paralyzation,
Something about the eyes.
they will kill you.
Yeah. How long can I, like, realistically sustain this as long as they keep failing will checks?
A minute. It's 1 minute.
Berg did make a promise that there would be no bloodshed while we're on the airship.
But I don't think Lucy knows that.
I don't know that.
I mean, we made the promise to Bogenschultz, so would they have passed that along?
But whether I can retain that information right now in
Okay,
the state
cool.
that Lucy's in,
Fair.
like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't know how to, like, clarify the fact that she is, like, stressed right
You
now.
could try to
And you
could,
see pure
you could
murder.
try to wrench your niece out of his vice grip.
That sounds fun and unrealistic. Let's do that.
Strength check.
Great!
You're gonna be rolling +3. D20 +3.
Okay. 13.
13. I'm gonna say that you pull her out.
Oh, good.
Yep.
It's good. When they're young, they're 3D.
Flying.
Mom range. Well, this is
when
not
you're
the first time you've
paralyzed,
unstuck
you
a
can't,
child from
like,
something.
You can't, so you, yeah.
My 2 boys, y'all have met my sons, right? They're little shits.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff
So-
that I've seen.
Proficiency
You are
in
wrenched out
unsticking
of
children.
Ferg's grasp. Ferg is still like,
It's like,
You can hear angry breathing, like real angry breathing.
yeah. Like you can't talk, but there may be something like
I'm
Why
gonna
are you
Anything that
say,
hurting
don't
them?
need
They're
lips
just
for, you
trying
can
to
make those
help
sounds.
us.
I am
Your
going
vocal cords are
to
good,
talk
I think.
directly to Ferg right now.
okay.
So I have,
no,
I
I'm gonna say
have
no, 'cause
Lumia,
they're slightly
my
more-
darling Lumia. Ugh. In my hands
With your
again.
nose and eyes bleeding.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm just bleeding from my face orifices.
That sounds
Goth
brutal.
as fuck.
Fisher.
Kids.
So goth.
And my beautiful, like, dinner was supposed to be just a nice dinner gown. I'm gonna look down at you and I'm gonna be like, it's not personal. And I have you again. It's fine. We're all gonna be fine.
But you don't understand. We're a team.
Stop talking. It's not your turn to talk to me right now.
I have 6
Talking is a
seconds.
free
I can
action.
talk, right? Yeah.
6 words out of turn.
I can say six words at a turn.
Should have took more than that to say
Can't
that.
say 6
Oh.
words out.
Exactly.
Is that an
Okay.
actual rule?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an actual word. Rule.
God.
Actually, not in 5th edition D&D, but I've adopted it from previous editions, and I like it.
Yeah.
So we're still quite a ways above the ground right now, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Where
Less
are
and
you?
less every minute.
Where are you? Can I see time right now?
Yeah, I'm probably about 60 feet from you. Like, I'm like at the elevator.
Realizing that it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Presumably.
there's a weasel there going, squeak, squeak, squeak. Yeah. That's what time's doing right now.
Did you see us fall? Wait. Did time see us fall past her then?
No, because y'all were on floors beneath us. We're at the top.
Correct.
floor.
You're always
I thought
beneath us.
No, you guys went to the. I thought the engine room was down below
No,
because they went
opposite.
up to the
Hangar.
library, and then I thought you guys went down.
Hangar is down below. Engine
Oh,
room
so
is
we
by
went to the
bridge,
hangar.
or closer
Okay.
to the bridge.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel
the-
better that we're at the hangar at least.
The engine is at the super top because that's also apparently my bedroom. It's fine.
Hold on a second. Hey, Fisher? Yep. You okay? Yeah. Okay, good.
He's just yelling spatial lengths to me.
Okay.
I just said the hangers at the bottom because I remember things.
So I'm trying to like maintain my concentration on that because I'm not sure that they understand that it's not personal right now. But
Too much
I
coke.
am still hanging on to you.
Blood.
Oh.
And Coke.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So, anything else you're doing right now? You wrenched Lumia
It's real
out.
dry air up here.
You're having a little tiny conversation with her. Everything's gonna be fine. You're fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
You're
But scruff
going
of the
to
neck.
be fine.
Are you moving?
What's
What's
the
your
range? What's the range of my ability to like hold the spell that I have right now?
Oh, good question.
Right?
I don't think hold monster or hold person breaks. You just have to cast it within range, and I think you can get as far away as you want before it breaks. I don't think there's any distance to hold it.
There's nowhere to go, though. Right?
What?
Yeah. So you have to be within 60 feet, but otherwise, like, you can just hold it.
Yeah, when you cast it,
So-
and then you're like, you just held the link.
I am going to actually, like, okay, so you're on the ground. Okay, and I'm holding you somehow. I'm just gonna like very lightly place like 3 fingertips on you,
Ferg. Yeah.
Ferg, and I'm just gonna like stand there and like wait for impact. That's fine. We're all fine. That's what I'm doing right now.
What?
It's fine.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to hurt you again.
No.
You can try.
Okay, Ferg, make a wisdom save.
I see what you're doing. Do it.
Whoever you're touching is impervious to whatever happens. Is that?
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Not wise.
So mad.
You know.
I mean, fairly wise, just
Not right now.
paralyzed and a little bit pissed.
Yeah, and you're starting to get like yeah, you're pissed, but you're on the ground and like you've been forced to not move, and it feels like an eternity, and then you start to just kind of like, wow, this shit's really potent. just like really just whoa, I can't move at all.
You start going through the librarian moment for it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I read a book about this. Like
You're like explaining the effects to yourself.
the accounts of such and such. Yeah, there's definitely like some anatomy.
But it's an angry lecture of how this works.
Yeah.
I'm really imagining this like you're seeing a TED Talk version of like you yelling in your head about this.